fan base that we played Magnar striker because there was no opportunity, but that he would succeed quite a bit on the left wing. But since Baki's joined the team, we haven't actually seen when they're both on the pitch. Just kind of want to understand that because I think it's been a question that's been on people's mind for a while.
Yeah, I think ultimately the fans want me to play Maxi Morales, right? They want me to play Santi Rodriguez. You can't play everybody. And Tales had many games and many opportunities. He went in the game today at the most critical period of the game. 6 minutes to go, chasing a goal, many opportunities in their final third. And I did consider taking Santi Rodriguez out and putting Tales Magno in and keeping Monsef on, but Santi Rodriguez is an incredibly important guy. And I don't say Tales isn't, and I get it. Fans want to see all the players, and if I could play a team of Monsef, Tales, Santi, Julian, you know, we just play 11 attackers, right? But the game doesn't work like that. So I said to Tales, actually, he will get a game in this run-in over the next 5 or 6 because he's training incredibly hard. But Monsef Bakker is 1 in 2 goals, 1 goal in 2 games before this. So I think he deserves to continue to try and score. And we knew the game. I don't mind explaining. We knew the game was going to be incredibly difficult on direct balls and second balls. So I went with 3 midfield players: Andres Pereira, Keaton Potts, James Sands, because we knew that the middle of the field, picking up second balls for a team that just kick it, was going to be incredibly important.
We're going to go with Leo.
Coach, thank you for your time. Just not getting the win today at such an important time of the season against New York Red Bulls as well. How are you seeing things moving forward from here with the games remaining?
The same. Ultimately, until it's mathematically impossible, we'll keep fighting. And what I see, of course, everybody in the locker room, staff and players, knew how important it was today. And I think you can see that in the way that we fought. Against a team that just throw the ball, I thought our 2 central defenders were incredible at defending direct balls. I thought we struggled in the first 10 minutes to pick up the second ball. That's where the chance comes from the 9, from Red Bull. But I thought once we dropped Pereira a little bit deeper and we started to get a hold of the second balls, we started to get some goal chances. And you know, I feel the fans' frustration. We're a possession team. We went a little bit more direct today, and I think you see lots of opportunities when we went direct. There was many chances where we get Monsef in or Andres Pereira in on a direct ball. If I didn't see fight and heart and desire today, then I'm an honest guy. What I see is a team fighting, and we didn't get the win, we didn't score the goal, and we know that's been the story of the season, and we have to continue to fight and continue to believe, which we do, and we go on to Wednesday to get 3 points.
We're going to go to Joe in the back.
Nick, there's kind of an air of frustration there of how the game went and the way they play. Was there a different message at halftime because it seemed more of the chances, more of carrying the play came in the second half, and was it just kind of convincing guys, keep your head in, we knew this was going to be tough?
Yeah, I think ultimately we want to play a really composed game, a game that is controlled, a game that is possession, a game that plays through their press. We're a possession team. You want to go and ask 20 guys to play cool and calm and collected when they're 12th in the league and they need 3 points against a team that's beaten them twice already. You know, I expected the game to be fiery and to be direct and to be messy. And I think what I'm proud of is we showed that we can play the style of football that they play and compete.
Hi Coach, just wanted to ask you, how's Keaton Parks? I know losing Maxi the last game and now losing Keaton today.
Yeah, I mean, when I watched it back, it didn't look great. On the broadcast, it looks not so good. I think we're a little bit more positive. But listen, it has to. You know, this is really good. Maxi Morales is a really good example of. Please wait for the assessment, because I sat in here and said it wasn't ACL and it wasn't serious injury, and then I woke up in the morning. He went for the MRI scan and it was bad. So, you know, the initial assessment is that it's not fracture because they've already looked at it, but we don't know. The initial assessment is so difficult to look at whether it's bad. Unlike the Maxi one, I'd rather leave it to the medical team because I don't want to make the fans think he's an important guy for us.
Just to follow, you know, with everything on the line, what happened, like the late substitutions, you know, I mean, it could have been better that Thales Magno or any other offensive player, like to come in within 75 minutes to have a more impactful difference in the game.
Yeah, listen, I think the same way as you, and I know, listen, I feel the stadium from 60, 65, 70, 75. I'm thinking exactly the same. How do I change this? How do I get something? But then Munsef gets a chance, and I think he's going to fall for him. He's a number 9. He's going to fall for him. He's our only number 9 that runs in behind. So I think, and then the ball drops on the opposite side to Santi, and I think, wow, Santi has incredible quality. I know he's going to make a moment for us. You live and die by your decisions, and today I chose to go with Julian Fernandez, which I thought gave us a real impact. We were forced into the Alfredo Morelos, and I don't know if you saw, I got Alonso Martinez up, and I was going to do it, and then I went with Tales. You live and die by your decisions, and I just thought we were in the game, and there was a moment there for the guys that were in it.
Go to the second row right here.
Yeah, Nick, you mentioned it a little bit in the previous question, but Alonso Martinez, he's made one appearance since arriving at the club. Can we have a little bit more insight into why and what is going on behind the scenes a little bit?
No, nothing. It's really simple. His last football game was May, because he played in a European season. So he finished at Lommel, our Belgian club, in May. He went back to Costa Rica for 4 weeks. He arrived here, 5 weeks ago, with no pre-season, no games, nothing. And we're in the middle of our season with 6 games to go, and to throw a guy in and say, you go play, it's impossible. He has to go through the process of getting himself fit. It's actually quite dangerous for us to throw him in without a pre-season. So he understands this. That's why you haven't seen him in the squads. He's training well. We're trying to accelerate that process to get him in. He probably had 10-15 minutes in him, and we decided to go with Tales. But Alonso's a great guy. He's working hard. He will be an important guy for New York. We just have to go through that process because he's coming off a European season and into a US season.
Final 2 questions. We'll go with Stacy, and then we'll go to JR on the Zoom.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. I was just hoping for some reflections with today's being the last time you guys have a chance to play possibly at Yankee Stadium. Could you just share some of, I guess, your memories and just share about some of your time being a head coach here, and just like how special has it been for you to be somebody to have stand in a place like this and to have coached this club at the stadium?
Amazing place. It's a real special place, and as assistant coach, it's amazing times. As head coach, Atlas last year winning Campeones Cup here, the Red Bull game, this game last year. I've said before, we almost have the Yankee Stadium effect, and we're bruised at the moment. We're in a difficult moment, and if we were being taken apart by teams and we looked real like we weren't trying, I would be disappointed. But ultimately, we fought today, and I felt like we had the Yankee Stadium moment in us. That last moment that's just going to take the game. I thought the crowd today were incredible. A real good feel, really supporting the team, really driving the team on when the team is, been through a lot of bumps this year and a lot of transition and a lot of changes. I thought we had that moment today. I really felt like at the end we were going to get a goal, 89, 90, and we had the chance with Thiago Moines, which I thought was that moment. But no, a real special place for me, a place that we've had so many good games in, so many good times, and I really believe right up until the last whistle today was going to be another one.
Thank you.
Final 1, JR.
Coach, Talles Magno's minutes have diminished as the season has progressed. Why is that?
I think ultimately that we picked the team based on performances, and that's not to say that Tales, listen, you're all fans, you've watched the game, and I don't say Tales hasn't been good enough. We just haven't scored enough goals this year. So we have to try and find the denomination of how we get a dynamic team to score goals. And I brought Tales into many games, whether it be Minnesota. It's not like you haven't seen him in the last 2 games. I brought him in again today. I say again in the most critical moments, 6 minutes before the end. But ultimately, I picked a team tactically today to pick up second balls with the 3 midfield players, which leaves 4 spots. I went with Santi Rodriguez and a number 9 that is 1 in 2. So, you'll see Tales in the next 2 games. You'll see him for 90 minutes, and it's a great opportunity for Tales to go and show us his real talent, how he can add goals to this team. But ultimately, we haven't scored enough goals as a team, so we have to continue to push the guys to find Julian Fernandez, Andres Yassen, Alonso Martinez when he's ready. Those guys are training like animals. So I pick the guys who I feel are going to give us the best chance of winning the game.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Coach.